Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be talking about what it's like being a music major, particularly, I can't say that word, referring to being a voice major. I am studying voice performance and music education, choral music education, for me to specify, at the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana. Um, so the stereotype of being a music major is, oh, it's such an easy major. Like you can just blow it off and you have fun and easy classes. Yes, it is fun because I'm doing what I love, because you should study what you love. However, I am studying it as a major, and anything that you study in college is very challenging and it has a lot of, it's, you think that it's really fun when you go into your major and stuff, but then later it ends up like being very difficult, but you do end up loving your major, right? So long story short, being a music major is difficult and it is a pain in the ass. It really is. um, However, I do love it. So I guess it's a good pain in my ass. I don't know if that makes sense. Moving along. Wait, there's like this weird hair on my lip. All right. Anyways, so if for those of you wondering what our days consist of, and for example, what I do as a voice major, like what classes I take. So first of all, when I applied to colleges, I had to apply to the school and to the separate music school. So I would have to have the regular school accept me and the music school accept me. Um, and the music school has to accept me based on my audition. So when I was preparing for my audition here, I was I had to prepare two pieces for me to sing. One had to be in English and one had to be in a foreign language. They had to be classical pieces, unless if I were to be applying for jazz, then I'd have to sing something of the jazzy-ish style. But so I did end up singing one piece in English and one in Italian, I think. That's what I did. Then afterwards, part of the voice performance criteria, you have to take a lot of languages and diction classes. So for being a voice major, you have to take the Italian, 2 semesters of Italian, 2 semesters of German, and 2 semesters of French. And if you haven't taken 4 years of a language already in high school, then you still have to do that. Luckily, I took 4 years of one language in high school, and I had that taken care of. Because those are a lot of languages. And then I have to take a diction for each one of those languages. So I have to take an Italian diction class, a semester of that, and a semester of German diction, um, and a semester of French diction, and I also have to take a semester of English diction as well. Um, and other than that, we also have music theory classes. As a voice performance, you have to take, I believe that's 6 semesters of, in total, of music theory. I might be making a tiny mistake on that, but I think that's what it is. Then you also have to take, but that's not including oral skills class. That's like an ear training class. I'm not going to go into it, but it's a pain in the butt. Basically, you have to take that class for 2 years, the oral skills class, and it's basically the determining factor whether you can go on being a music major or not. If you can't pass that class your freshman year and your sophomore year, you can't be a music major. So that's how it goes down, and it's really hard. But anyways, so, and then there's also music history courses. Um, you have to take a lot of music history. Um, I know my sophomore year, I had to take a whole year of music history. My freshman year, I only had this beginning music history. And then after that, for voice performance, I think you have to still take 2 more courses of music history. For music ed, it's a little bit different. You only have to take 2 years of music theory plus the oral skills, and then you only have to take the beginning music history, and then you have to take um, only 1 year of music history. It's called Music 313 and 314 in our school. So luckily I'm done with that course. It was also a pain in the butt. Um, so other than all my music courses, I'm also a music ed major. So I also have to take education classes uh, aside from my music classes. So I am basically performance and music and education major. So I have like three different categories. Um, so for my education classes, I have to take like different teaching and structure classes, some psych classes, plus my gen eds. I'm very behind on my gen eds. I will be that senior sitting in gen ed classes. Um, then some more things I have to take for performance are since I have to take voice lessons, obviously, I also have a voice studio class, and we meet like every other week or something like that. It's not consistent. Basically, your voice teacher will send us a weekly schedule of our lessons for that week, and our lessons aren't always at the same time because we have to have an accompanist every other week at our lessons, so our lessons might switch off days and times. And then plus we have a voice studio, which mine would be Monday nights. And then we don't always have that every week. So when we get our weekly voice schedule, we also have it written down for that week, whether we have voice studio class that night or not. And it can range anywhere from like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending how many people are singing and what's going on. Um, so that's that. Then we also have, at the end of the semester, a voice jury. Now, let me tell you something about voice juries. So, the thing is, voice juries happen on reading day. So, I do not have a reading day unless I were to have a like semester junior or senior voice recital or any kind of voice recital that semester. I have to take voice juries and it is on reading day. If you're music ed, you have to take it in the morning. If you're performance, you take it in the afternoon. And usually you only have to sing two pieces. Yeah, but it's still a pain in the butt because you don't get a reading day. um, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. So for me to do my music education and vocal performance double major, I have to be at the university for 5 years with also taking some summer classes. Other than that, I could have been there from 5.5 to 6 years because music education alone is 130 hours plus adding the voice performance stuff. I think that's another 30, so it's 160 hours. Um, so basically, I could be at the university forever. But so what sucks about being a music major, and from my perspective, is that we have to take so many classes, and at least from my experience, I take classes all day. I will have sometimes classes from 9 a.m. until like 6 or 7 p.m. Um, and then that takes up most of my day, and it's difficult trying to have to take classes and trying to have performance experience or doing anything other than school and also working. So that's been like the biggest struggle that I have noticed is that I want performance experience, but it's like it's difficult for you to do like homework and school and work and perform. Because if you do try and do a performance at the Cran Arts Center, like an opera or something, they rehearse for like 20 hours a week. So, I mean, that you basically can't sleep. You have to eliminate sleep completely to be doing everything. Um, One of the biggest struggles about being a voice major is being healthy all the time. If you're not healthy, if you're sick, you can't really sing and you can't perform your best. And it's really important for you to be healthy because if you're sick, you can't sing, therefore you can't go to your voice lessons. And it's like you kind of have to go to your voice lessons. I mean, if you're sick, your instructor understands, but I mean, you have to really try to not be sick, or else you're not really benefiting. And also, like, if you skip a like if you're sick for too long of a time, they can still kick you out, and like not kick you out, but like tell you, okay, well, you haven't attended um the required amount of lessons or something of the semester, and this course won't count towards a grade or for credit anymore. Um, and it's difficult. Like, for example, if you do want to go out or party, you have to be very careful. You have to make sure that you don't have any performances coming up where you're hanging around. Like, are they gonna get you sick? Stuff like that. Like, if you're drinking too much, because alcohol really affects your vocal cords. At least for me, it does. It makes, like, if I were to drink, by the way, I am 21, so if I were to drink um, the night before, then the next day, my vocal cords just feel very raspy and sore and tired, because the sulfates are very, very bad for you there in the alcohol. And it's just a pain in the butt because you have to be constantly watching out to be healthy to be able to perform. Especially this semester, I had so many performances. I was just praying to God that I would be healthy for most of them. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, but the last thing about my education aspect is I still have to take a whole semester to student teach. Um, and that also doesn't really give you time to work because you have to do this huge ed TPA project as your student teaching. In student teaching, you have to do like every day, all day during the week, plus do that huge ed TPA project, which takes up like all your life. That's something that also takes up a lot of your time. So like that's my general overview of what it's like being a music major. I just want to let you know that it's also very difficult. It's a pain in the butt, and it's a lot of work, and I'm also physically and mentally and emotionally exhausted like everybody else. So every major is very difficult in its own ways. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. So, thank you for watching this video. I hope you didn't get too bored, and I'll see you next time. Bye!